Concurrent assertions. Concurrent assertions are used to describe the behavior which is span over multiple time period or which is span over multiple clock periods. Thus, you need to provide a clocking event when you write a concurrent assertion. This is a syntax to write the concurrent assertion: assert, property, clocking event, the property definition. So here you will specify the property of the assertion which you are checking, and within the bracket you will give the clocking event, and along with you will use the assert keyword in Systemverilog. The main difference between the immediate assertion definition and concurrent assertion definition is the extra keyword property. So if the keyword property is used along with the assert statement, it is a concurrent assertion. This was example from the previous session where you have written an immediate assertion. It was written in an always block and it was checking whether both write enable and read enable are not asserted at the same clock or not. The equivalent concurrent assertion is written in this way. You will not write it within an always block. You will just write outside the always block but within the module scope. And you also will use the properties keyword along with the assert keyword. So assert property at passage of clock, not write enable and read enable. So the syntax is you should write the clocking event for this property within a bracket using that statement, and then you can define the property appropriately and followed by a semicolon. You can define a concurrent assertion in two different styles. This is the first one which you have already seen, just by defining the property along with the assert statement. So assert property followed by the clocking event and the property definition. Also you can optionally name this property the assertion by giving a name at the beginning of this whole statement as shown here. So here my_ASR1 is the name of this assertion, and it will be shown in the reports when this assertion is failing in the simulation. So this is the first style. You will define the property along with the assert statement. In the second style, you can define this property separately and add it to an assert statement. So it is shown here. You will just define the property by using the Systemverilog property keyword within the property and in properties keywords. And you can name the properties appropriately, and you should name the property so that this property name can be used along with another assert statement. So here the property name is my_prop1, and the same property is defined here as my_prop1. And later you can use the assert properties keywords to specify this property should be covered by a concurrent assertion. Remember that again you should write this property keyword here because this is to specify that this is a concurrent assertion. Also you can name the assertion by adding a user defined name followed by a colon before this assert property statement. Both of these styles will do the same functionality, but I would recommend you to follow the second style because it will give you a lot of flexibility. So if you define your property as a separate property other than a single assert property statement, you can use the same property to write a coverage for the property. So it is shown here. So instead of the assert keyword, you will just use the cover keyword in the same syntax. So cover property myprop1 will add a coverage for this property and with the name mycow1, and it will check whether this particular property has occurred in the simulation or not. That means whether this particular property has been true at any point in time in the simulation. Apart from the coverage property, you can also use this property in other assertion statements and reuse the property definition in formal verification as well. So I would recommend you to follow the second style of defining the concurrent assertion by a separate property definition other than a single property definition along with assert property.